Hi, it's Billy Dunlap with GoLaurens.com and GoClennon.com coming to you today for the fourth week Lawrence County football show. I'm right here at Wilder Stadium where on Friday night the Clinton Red Devils will take on the Abbeville Panthers at 7:30. Now let's talk a little bit about that game. Clinton comes in at 1-2, a tough loss last week to Aiken, 14-7 on the road at Aiken. Now offensively, Red Devils are struggling a little bit. Scored 34 points in the first game against Lawrence, but since then, in the last 2 weeks, they've only scored 14 points combined. Struggling running the ball a little bit. Only had 31 rushing yards last week. But Charlie Craven still doing a great job at quarterback. Last week, Charlie was 14 for 25 for 99 yards and a touchdown, and that was of the 130 total yards that the Red Devils had last week. Now, struggled with turnovers last week. In the fourth quarter, with the game tied 7-7, 2 fumbles recovered by Aiken really cost the Red Devils the game. Turning point for the 14-7 victory for Aiken. Now, defensively, Red Devils are strong defensively. Like I said in week 1, they will hit you. They've continuously done that all season, and they have continued to do that during the first 3 weeks. Now, let's talk about Abbeville. Coming in 3 wins, no losses, 1 tie, a little bit different. Now, Abbeville is ranked number 1 in 2A. They're riding an 11-game win streak. Last week, they played Lincoln County in Georgia. Score tied 7-7. In Georgia, if you're playing another Georgia school, you settle the tie. If you're playing someone outside, you don't settle the tie. Therefore, 7-7, Abbeville gets a tie last week against Lincoln County. Now, Abbeville has defeated Emerald, Woodruff, and 96. They shut out Woodruff and Emerald. They've only given up 14 points all season. So the Panthers are going to come strong defensively. The Red Devils are going to have to move the ball. They're going to have to be able to run it. And then Charlie's going to find some open receivers down the field. So, should be a great game on Friday night right here at Wilder Stadium, 7:30. Now, let's talk about the Lawrence Raiders. Raiders coming off a big victory against Irmo on Friday night, 21-10. Now, this week, the Raiders, 1-2 on the season, are going to Bowling Springs to face the Bulldogs. Bowling Springs, a strong team, 3-0 on the season, currently ranked number 6 in the latest 5A media poll. They beat Rock Hill last week 37-34 in a very good game. They've also defeated Ashley Ridge and T.L. Hanna, a strong T.L. Hanna team, as the Raider faithful know from last year. Bulldogs are led by quarterback Mason Streeter. Last week, 13 for 18 for 169 yards. They also like to run the ball. Running back K.J. Rogers ran for 120 yards and 3 touchdowns last week against Rock Hill. Now, the Raiders got a lot of things right last week. Continued to pound the ball. This time, Troy Dendy carried the load, 216 yards on 30 carries and 2 touchdowns. He was our player of the week this week. Again, he was player of the week before too against Chapman. Now, the Raiders started a freshman quarterback, Ryan Campbell. Ryan did a great job. He managed the game well. He didn't do anything that he didn't need to do. Stayed within the game, did a great job managing. Of course, when you got Troy carrying the rock behind him, it's you know, all you got to do is give it to him. So Ryan did a great job. Completed some nice passes down the field to open the field up to allow those running lanes for Troy. Now, last week the Raiders were without DQ Floyd, out with concussion symptoms. This week they're expecting him back. Still not sure yet. So the 2-back system that Coach Chris Liner works on, DQ being in that backfield is a key to the Raiders' success this week against Bowling Springs. Now, defensively, the Raiders were lights out last week. They struggled the first 2 weeks, gave up 83 total points. Last week, they only gave up 10. Strong pressure in the quarterback, strong in the defensive backfield. Something that we haven't really seen the first 2 weeks. So, Friday night, the Raiders are traveling to Bowling Springs for a 7:30 kickoff. We'll look forward to seeing you there. Now, other games this week, Lawrence Academy back on the field. They got their injured players back healthy. So Coach Travis Plowden talked to him today. He says that the game is on Friday. They're going to Cathedral Academy in Charleston. Now, the only thing that could change things, we got a hurricane coming that way. So, not sure, hoping to get the game in on Friday night. Kickoff scheduled for 7:30 at Cathedral Academy, which is right there at the Ashley Phosphate exit in North Charleston. Now, Crusaders 0-2 on the season, really need a win. This is a good opportunity to get one. Cathedral Academy's 1-1 on the season. So should be a great game in Charleston. Laurens Academy versus Cathedral Academy, 7:30 on Friday night. Now, lastly, the PC Blue Hose are traveling to Campbell University on Saturday for a 6 p.m. kickoff at Bowie's Creek. Don't know where Bowie's Creek is? Go up 95, go to Dunn, North Carolina, hang a left, and you'll run right into Bowie's Creek. The creek is always a great place for a Saturday night football game. Now, that's it for week 4 of the Laurens County Football Show from Wilder Stadium. We'll see you Friday night at the game.